What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's a very exciting day because we just had a bike delivered that we weren't really expecting. So this bike is called a Ventus One. It is based off of a 79 bike Falcon M frame and chassis, which we've reviewed before on the channel. We have one right there. You'll see that looks quite similar. However, this bike has been taken by Ventus and basically souped up. So it has a upgraded controller, battery, and motor. This is a 72 volt battery, a high power controller, an extremely high power motor, and together it turns this bike into 28 kilowatts of peak power, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's like 4 or 5 times the power that comes normally on a 79 bike frame. Is that a little ridiculous? Absolutely. But in this video, we're gonna go over this bike, talk about the specs, talk about all the cool features that are baked into this controller, and why we think this is a really unique purchase that is under $7,000. Right, you heard me. This is a couple thousand more than a stock 79 bike, but you're getting more performance than any other stock bike has ever had. And with that, if you guys enjoy this video, please hit the subscribe button and check out tbelectricmoto.com if you guys need any upgrades for your E-moto. We're gonna take this bike outside, give it a try, and show you guys all those cool features we were talking about.
Go! 10. Oh my. He's still pulling. I'm pinned still.
Okay, really quick before we dive further into the specs of this bike and actually go out and ride it, I just want to say what it is. So this bike is actually for sale right now for under $7,000. It is a pre-order though. This bike is basically a pre-production model. It is almost exactly how it will come at the end of the day when you buy it, although there's a couple tweaks they're looking at making, which in our opinion are all good changes. They are looking at putting a 16-inch rear wheel with a larger moto tire. They're also looking at riser bars and a few other little tweaks that will make the bike just feel a little bit more premium. So we don't know exactly what's gonna come with the pre-order, but we know it's gonna be good because we're very impressed so far with how this whole kit is working. And also just to tell you a little bit more about Ventus One, the company that does this, they sell this battery, this motor, and this controller all separate and individually. So you can actually buy this power combo and put it on your Surron, your Talaria, or if you have a 79 bike already, you can buy it and install it on this. So this video is about this bike, but it's also about these power upgrades that then you could do to any bike. So we have another video coming on installing this controller on a Talaria Sting, so stay tuned for that in the future. But there is so much cool stuff baked into this controller, which now we're gonna get into. If by the end of the video you guys are interested in the Ventus One bike, check the link in our description. That's where like the product listing will be, so you guys can check it out and see all the specs written down, and that's where you can do the pre-order. I don't know the exact time frame on the pre-order for a Ventus One, but I think they're expecting a couple of months it would take to get this to you. All right, come on over, Alex, and let's show you what this controller is all about. So we have a push button start here. Look at that display light up, turn on. Very nice system. So you guys saw it said you can unlock the bike. You can actually set a passcode, so you don't have to use a key or anything. You can just push button start, put in a passcode by using button sequences. So we have a set of buttons here, set of buttons here. This is our start stop. So every time you turn the bike on, you've got to do that to be able to drive. You can see it drive. We'll just turn that off for now, and it goes into park, which is sweet because it actually locks the motor down so the bike can't roll, which is just another cool feature. So you can change your power modes. So you got 3 different power modes. You'll see it toggle up D1, D2, and D3. Those you can program within an app to have different power, phase amps, top speed, all the stuff like you can do in any premium controller right now. So you can adjust those. You can also go into your regen settings here. So if you toggle up, that's just your off throttle regen. So if you let off your throttle, it's gonna just add braking power. You can change it to 4 different settings, actually 5 because you can turn it off. We also have a horn, horn. This is like a power button. You have reverse if you hold this. You can set up an auxiliary to do different things. We have a built-in headlight right here, which is really high end. It actually is the first headlight we've seen that has a switch on it, and it has high beam and low beam, along with 3 different brightnesses. So how cool is that? Like, we've taken this outside already, and it's extremely bright, a really like heavy duty, high quality feeling light. That's one thing that they add to this bike, that 79 bike. is kind of lacking in the light department, if we're honest. So on this display, your main parameters, you can see your total mileage, your battery percentage, your miles per hour, you can see your angle, you can see your watts times 100. So say this was at 20, times that by 100, you get 2,000, so that's 2,000 watts. You can just, it's pretty easy to read when you're riding. You have your temperature, you have your motor temperature, your controller temperature, here's your regen levels like we said. This also comes with the regen thumb brake, so you can use that like our other high power controllers. Comes with that, comes with this, comes with the display, and it even comes with a throttle. So when you buy this kit for like a Talaria or a Surron or whatever, it comes with all this stuff in the controller package. So we really love that. I think it's such a cool controller and it feels really nice to ride. So now we're gonna head out and kind of play with some of the power modes, turn the power up, and we're gonna race Alex's bike. You guys might have already seen that. This bike's freaking fast. In a stock bike for under 7 grand, it's pretty impressive. Pretty soon we'll have a full in-depth tuning guide for this controller system. We already have another one installed on my Talaria Sting R. So we're gonna be going over that. There's still a few things they're updating and tweaking, and we're kind of helping them just fine tune a few things to make sure it is totally working smooth. So if you're interested in that package, stay tuned because we'll have a lot more in-depth stuff. All right, guys, we're gonna kind of do a little bit of a rolling drag race between Alex's like fully upgraded Talaria Sting R. It doesn't have a motor upgrade, so 72-volt battery, X9000 controller. This has the full package, but that bike is worth a lot more money because it has better wheels and suspension and brakes and just a bunch of super nice stuff. But we're just gonna show you how this bone stock $7,000 bike just compares power-wise. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, that was fast, you guys. Holy crap. So for reference, Alex is running 17 kilowatts. Let's turn up this. Okay, you pin it when you're straight and I'll pass you. So just go and I'll come past. Wow. You guys saw the head start he had. He's running 17 kilowatts.
Ridiculous. That's so cool.
That's so fast, man.
I've got the camera on now and Lance is still on the Ventus bike. We've been having to do rolling races because there's so much power that you can't really even do a drag race with real results while you're stopped. So we have to roll at like 10 or 15 miles per hour. Okay, we had to give me the camera because I'm on a slower bike. We're gonna roll. Okay, count us down. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my gosh, dude. He had to let off like right after he pinned it still because the front just came up. That's nasty. The front came up, dude. Rolling that fast, I was able to keep the front wheel of my bike down pretty good, but his just kept pulling. 3, 2, 1, go. 10. Oh my. So for that like split second we were going the same, he's still pulling. I'm pinned still. Guys, I'm running like 17 kilowatts on this bike and he can run like 28. I don't know if that's what he's pulling right now, but that's ridiculous. Lance, that's insane.
It's absolutely insane. It's insane. And it's so smooth. Like the controller is so smooth. There's just like infinite customizations to get it to feel any way you want. Like literally, you can make it the most sporadic, jumpy, instantaneous controller you want, or make it as smooth and soft and linear and yet still be running insane power. It's kind of like putting a Ferrari engine in like a Honda Accord sedan. It's like so much power, but the rest of the bike maybe isn't quite made for it. So we'll talk more about that.
All right, guys, this is Lance back on the camera now. I just got off of the Ventus One onto Alex's bike to just talk about what we just mentioned, which is that this upgrade path, like the parts that that bike comes with isn't necessarily best for everybody because it's kind of like putting just insane amounts of power
on some parts that maybe aren't good enough for it. So if you ride on the street a lot, you know, it's a great option for you, honestly. Like, it has so much power, so much range. It really is an awesome feeling setup, and we've just been experimenting and playing with all the throttle settings and things. We've gotten it to a place where it just feels excellent. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about how that controller feels. It feels phenomenal compared to any other option we've felt. So it really is pretty freaking sweet. So that bike's about $7,000. This bike, if you were to buy all the parts, you know, and add them to a Talaria Sting, you're in at about $14,000, which is absolutely ridiculous for a bike this size. You know, that's what we love to ride, so we just, yeah, it's worth it to us to do this, to spend all the money. That bike's $7,000, it's faster than this, but this bike has every other upgrade that's better than that. It's got nicer wheels, nicer tires, it's got better handlebar and better brakes and better suspension. Like, everything else is nicer apart from the motor, battery, and controller. I'd say the controller on this is just as good. The battery is just as capable. It's just a little bit less capacity. So I'm not trying to like discount how impressive that bike is. It's absolutely insane that you get all that for the money. But I recommend, if somebody is buying that, to just be careful. Because if you haven't ridden high performance variants of these bikes before, it is just extremely powerful and a little bit dangerous, if we're being honest here. Like, it's sketchy, and you kind of have to know what you're doing. And then to just have kind of stock wheels and brakes and things like that, then it does get a little more sketchy on top of that. That's why we do those things to these bikes when we ride them hard off-road. All right, we're gonna try the Ventus on a couple of jumps here. Nothing major, but it is just a little bit of a gap here. We've ridden up here with that Falcon frame before. Let's see how the added power does. Ooh, that was smooth. Nice. How does the throttle feel?
Throttle feels so manageable. It's really smooth.
Damn, I think it has so much power.
It does. This bike has so much power, and it's so light that I can just fling it around and jump whatever.
It does need a bigger traction tire though.
I'm spinning it out.
It needs some more grip. And you're not even running anywhere near full power,
Nope,
huh?
nope.
Not even close. Okay, we're gonna do a little rolling race here. Ready, set, go! Oh, no way! No way! Holy freak! Oh my gosh, that was fast. We were just dead even the whole time. Holy freak. That's dead even the whole way. All right, we are headed back after some of those high-speed pulls. We just really had to compare the power output of this bike to another super fast bike. That Talaria has basically the best battery, the best motor, and the best controller to get the most power out of a Talaria Sting. So that already has all the power upgrades, and it is the same performance as this right out of the box, which is just ultimately just really cool that they're doing a kit like this. Now, I mentioned earlier that although this bike is extremely impressive power-wise, performance-wise, I personally think it's lacking in a few things to be able to handle this much power. So I just lead with caution that if you're buying this, I hope that you are experienced enough to be able to handle this and to know that you need to turn the power down and get comfortable with it before you turn it up to what it's actually capable of doing.
Because in all reality, most people, they buy these bikes, they eventually upgrade their controller, then they upgrade the motor and the battery, and they just work up in the performance department. And that, I think, is how you should do it, while also upgrading other key parts of the bike at the same time. Adding better brakes, adding better suspension, adding more robust wheels or DOT rated tires, like things like that end up being really important by the time you're pushing over 20 kilowatts of power. Because at the end of the day, that's just stupid fast. In that little drag race we did, we hit 60 miles an hour on my GPS cycling computer in my pocket, and that hill is like the steepest hill around. It is literally a super steep hill, and I have no doubt in my mind that this bike would do over 80 miles an hour right out of the box. It's really impressive, you guys. And I think that this whole combination of like motor, battery, controller has huge potential to just buy as an aftermarket kit to put in your bike that you already own. Or if you want to just buy the controller, you can do that. So I think Ventus is a company we absolutely need to watch out for, and they've got something up their sleeve. I mean, this is such a cool product that's just ready to go. It's pretty dang sweet. That Talaria is cool too. Man, these bikes are just so fun, you guys. I mean, I can just pop it in D3 and I can just be gone. It's so fast. And I can just see all the stats on the screen. It's wild. Man, these bikes are just getting too fast to ride off-road though. You absolutely do not need the power that this creates off-road. You cannot handle it. You have to turn it down.
Let's just do it right here.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. It's just the exact same every time. We just both gun it and we're just next to each other. Oh, look at that. These bikes are so fast, man. Holy freak. We're gonna have to race this against our Surron soon, but it's got just huge off-road tires and wheels. Well guys, this video and our time with the Ventus One is coming to an end. They are taking this bike back tomorrow. We had a ton of fun on it and got to experience all this awesome power and what this controller has to offer. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. It's easy, just click it right below and it helps support us as a channel. We have some exciting things coming. We are unboxing an E-Ride Pro SS 2.0 in our next video. If you guys are interested in pre-ordering a Ventus One, check the link in our description and you can do it right there. And again, if you guys need any parts, check out tbelectricmoto.com. You can get a discount with using code Talaria Boys. We'll catch you guys next video. See ya.